Look at these two. Just waiting for it to get it on. And the Chaos Sorcerer with the Death Shriekers behind him. Well, this is going to be a fight. Harrison versus Tagg. Blues, Chaos Warriors, Chromes. This is a build he beat my ass with. Soul Grinder. Hellbrass. Village. Actually, this is the exact same build. He's going to test it out here against Tagg. Tagg, though, Sorcerer Prophet on the Bull. No surprise there. These two ain't holding back, so we're going to get a hell of a fight. Two Death Shriekers right at the beginning. Makes sense. Makes sense indeed. Cutthroats all over. Two things of dwarfs. Yeah, Death Shriekers are just going to be the biggest problem right now. Harrison going straight to hide that grinder right behind that pillars. Fortunately, the Death Shriekers don't have that kind of range, so he's pretty safe for now. Breath on the Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch. I think it's a bit of a waste. He didn't really need to do that right away. He could... Tagg could have waited until both Death Shriekers were in line, but to each their own, and it's going to do some damage right now. They're getting their ass kicked. Trying to stall and wait for him to take all those shots. These poor Chaos Warriors having to deal with this nonsense. Oh, look at it. On his fucking throne, too. Soul Grinder trying to get its pot shots, and the Death Shriekers are going to town. Those poor Chaos Warriors. Already down to gone. Ugh. But they're still going to fight. Harrison ain't out of this yet, and neither are those warriors. Bull Centaur Renders, of course. Great weapons. Why did he bring great weapons right away? I don't know. Would have been my first choice, especially with all these units. But I guess it's good to have them to protect against Screamers when they come raining down on your Death Shriekers. Harrison, Tagg mobilizing his force to the third objective on the side. Keeping a handful down here, not bad. Got a little few pock shots. The Sorcerer. And now, time for the Soul Grinder to die. 900 damage on that second shot, jeez. Yeah. You really need two Soul Grinders to deal with the Sorcerer and pretty much any of the Death Shriekers or Bull Centaur Renders. We're going to fast forward things here because all they're going to do, all Harrison's going to do is get the Soul Grinder out of there as Tagg keeps shooting the poor bastard down. Marauder's getting hit with the Flame Breath. Again, not a fan of using it on units with shields. Well, they still have their shield, honestly. Eventually, both will move up. They're both pretty close in terms of units. Value, though, same. Harrison's just behind by one hair's margin. Bull Centaur Render's just sitting there waiting, trying to go into the woods, and then Harrison backpedals with him just to get him out of there. I think I would have preferred if he just unsummoned the Soul Grinder at this point, because there's really no reason to have it out here. It's not accumulating value. It's not distracting, really. I mean, I guess it is distracting, but it's not doing a great job at it. It's taking shots from the Death Shrieker, so I guess there's something in that. But instead, you could have had more units on the ground. For 1750, you could have had, yeah, 2 more blues, maybe a thing of Chaos Warriors. Would have been fine. Missed with the Infernal, and then does the blue, or does the pink on the side. Yeah, a bunch of misclicks. Harrison's trying to do everything right here. But great spell. Oh man, that explosion just destroyed those Chaos Warriors. Leaving these Cutthroats and Dwarf Warriors to come deal with this. Blunderbusses blowing away those poor blues. Man. Yeah, even with the hits to the Chaos Dwarves, they still pack a punch. They're doing great. I'm surprised he didn't. Yeah, I'm surprised the Sorcerer Prophet didn't get shot up by the blunderbusses. That's usually what happens with me using them. Just end up killing my units more than anything. But I guess if it's against a large ally, I guess it doesn't hit as often. And still, this is still going out brutal for Harris, although he's down in value by 2,000. And that's usually my cutoff mark for saying goodbye. He is in his backline. The obvious, well, of course it's obvious, but the only real response is the Goblin Wolf Riders coming in against the Screamers, which he saw coming. So he's going to back off with the Screamers till he can get into a better position. And 3 Screamers should be more than enough to deal with the Wolf Riders and the Bull Centaurs. It's just all over them. 52 melee attack is, yeah, going to be a lot. And there are ROR Screamers too, so that's probably like, what, 60, 70? Bull Renders with dual weapons now, so it's going to be tough. But he's got all 3 objectives. Wow, Harrison pulled it out. He's down on 2,000 value, but he's got 3 objectives, so he's going to hold this for as long as he can. Oh no, he doesn't have all 3. He's barely got all 3. He's fighting for the 3rd. Oh man, if he would have got the 3rd already. Oh man. Pushing back right now. Pushing everything back. Just keep pushing. Yeah, I don't know. I think Infernal Gateway was actually... Well, no, I don't think it was a mistake. Because if... Yeah, Infernal Ironsworn are still a problem. So Infernal Gateway is kind of mandatory. Pink's fire, not bad. But, again, this is all fire-based damage. So, I don't know about Pink Flame. I mean, guess it's great at getting rid of, what? Cutthroats and Laborers? I don't know if Cutthroats actually have fire resistance. I don't think they do. I think it's just Dwarf Warriors. Or Dwarfkin. Sort of Prophet coming back in. He's got more health than he did last time thanks to all those castings. Really, man, it's tough to say. Backing up those Screamers with Hellbrass and everything else he's got over there right now. It's tough to say. Those Forsaken could go into the back of those Bull Renders and actually do some serious work. I think this was a mistake. Instead, Harrison's charging them in to their deaths. As cool as they look with their pink flesh and shiny blue armor, they could be backing up those blues and causing some terrible damage and morale breaking. So those blues can actually move up to help out these Marauders, I want to say. Are they Marauders? No, Zangors. Zangors will last quite a while, even against... Yeah, against all these Cutthroats and Blunderbusses, yeah, they'll last. So there's really no reason to bring these boys over here. I think they really should have been beating up those dual axe Bull Renders. And speaking of a bit of a waste, you guys want to see some Forsaken disappear? Because that's what's about to happen. God, that spell is so good. Holy shit. I never picked this spell, but you know what? I might start... I might do it now. Yeah. Death Shriekers fixed on Village for some reason. And here are the real MVPs of this game. The Pink Horror, the RORs, the Scourge Guts, the Sour Guts. They might as well be called Scourge Guts, because, man, if you go into them with anything, they do some serious damage. I guess large units, not so much. But against, yeah, I was doing the math. They do 72 damage, 100% armor piercing, if they die. So that's an explosion, right? That's explosive damage. You do that against infantry. Say there's like 4 or 5 units of infantry. That's at least 72 times, what, 4 or 5? You're looking at least 28 to 30... Yeah, 28 to 3,500 damage across 5 units. 4 or 5 units. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. And as you can see, the Wolf Riders did not enjoy that at all. They're dead. Super dead. They may have been weakened before, but I like to believe the Sour Guts did some of that. Well, no, apparently they didn't because they haven't lost a single unit yet. But it was probably them doing damage anyways. Yeah, the Bull Renders getting shot by blues is just the wrong call. They have fire resistance. They got missile resistance. It's just a waste. I just maneuver them onto the objective and call it a day. Yeah, and that was a great hit against those goblins. Lamprey's Bite, solid. I thought it was going to take him a while for the sneaky gets, but no, with that ability, that was solid. And it recharges. There's no cost, so good to know. Trying to zone out Tagg's units with that army ability. Hellbrass and Village trying to duke it with the Sorcerer Prophet, but it ain't having none of that nonsense. Village is going to scurry off. I don't know why you keep bringing Village, man. Harrison, Village just does not work in this matchup. Every time I've seen Village against Chaos Dwarfs, he just gets rocked, and for good reason, too. He's just so easy to single out. With the Sorcerer Prophets, the Bull Renderers, the Death Shriekers. I mean, sniping is just so easy with Chaos Dwarfs, honestly. And these Scourges are still fighting back. They're the Sour Guts. I want to call them Scourges. And I love their color scheme. That dark violet makes a pink. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, back to it. Yeah, Harrison's getting pushed off the eject. But look at that point. The difference in value is 4,000, but the points is 800. All he could win on one objective at this point, so Tagg's going to have his work cut out for him. Unfortunately, besides Marauder Horseman, there really isn't much he could do to steal objectives. Now I'm talking Harrison at this point. Especially with these Death Shriekers, Goblin Wolf Riders, Dwarfs on objectives, it's going to be rough. So yeah, I think, and he makes the right call in just trying to defend his home objective, knowing well he could take him. Good hit of Lamprey's Bite, man. I'm really enjoying that ROR Screamers. I gotta start using them. I used them like maybe once, and I clearly didn't use them to the best of their abilities. Great at taking out chaff. Here comes the explosion! No, you were fine going forward. No! Well, they're too fast to take on most of the damage, but it did do a good chunk. Only got rid of one. Yeah, took a good chunk of those horsemen. Oh my god, the Death Shrieker's just gross. Even with shields. Ugh. And you can't really do much about them, too. People are already talking about having the Death Shriekers get nerfed, and I don't know. Chaos Dwarfs already got nerfed to hell already once. Do Death Shriekers need to go too? I mean, basically their chariots, I mean their tanks, are already nerfed to shit. Bull Render is already expensive enough as is. I mean, at this point, why even play Chaos Dwarfs? Hellbrass is in here doing Sigvold things, just trying to slow everything down. Shooting into cutthroats. Bold move, and see if it pays off. I would just send those Sour Guts into those dwarves right now. They will blow through those Chaos Dwarves in death or in life. And with Hellbrass and the Sour Guts teaming up on him, I think that would have been the combo right there. And then all you have to deal with is what? Cutthroats? No problem. Hellbrass is trying to... Well, the Sorcerer Prophet is low, so it's not actually a bad move. Unfortunately, there's no more Screamers, so I go back on that. And you don't want to keep reinforcing the front line because those Death Shriekers are just going to murder everything in a number of volleys. Zangor's trying to hold out against Chaos Dwarfs, so this should be fine. Yeah, look at those Dwarfs just taking all that armor-piercing damage from the Sour Guts blowing up. And then you have these Wolf Riders coming in, too. Yeah, Tagg got his work cut out for him. He's got 100 models to go through. It's not going to be easy. Get 'em, boys! Zangor should be up there. Nope. Nope. No, it's just those Death Shriekers are so annoying! Ugh. But Harrison, he's doing good. He's down 5,000, but he's holding. He's holding! I have hope for him. Sorcerer Prophet's being annoying, but nothing a few Screamers can't fix. Not only that, you also have to remember, Death Shrieker can do friendly fire as well. Oh, now there are blunderbusses on elevated hill. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, just send the Sour Guts into them. Screw this Chaos, no, the Dwarfs on the side. If they can blow up in front of them, that's going to be beautiful. Look at these ugly, ugly motherfuckers. Getting shot to shit. But I know I said it already, but I love this color scheme from these pink horrors. Oh, they're so cool. Just sit back and enjoy, folks. Oh, those dwarves are getting flipped. Oh, shit. Demons ain't playing around. And the Sorcerer Prophet is down for the count. But he is losing control on this objective, even with all these units fleeing, though. That's weird. That's really weird. I mean, there's not much on here besides the blunderbusses, but... I mean, there's Angors and everything. How the hell is he losing control? Now, here's a mistake. With the Bull Renders here and the Screamers right there, Harrison sends the Screamers to finish off the Sorcerer Prophet, which I think is a mistake. There aren't many units on the objective of Harrison's or Tagg's. Although Harrison has more, there's still Bull Renders that just cleave through everything. He's actually losing a lot of units too on the objective, because there are Fire Glaives on the side providing fire support as well. And the Screamers are out instead of taking care of the Bull Renders who are, yeah, just finishing cleaving through. He could have had this, especially with only needing 70 points. Just finish off those Bull Renders and these Wolf Riders. It would have, to me, it seemed like a no-brainer. He just needed time. But instead, he's wasting it trying to chase off a Prophet. I mean, yeah, he can get a couple units off the objective if it flees and gets sent off the field, but the Bull Renders are fresh. They're the things that are going to take these objectives. And that's why it's a mistake. You can't send blues to shoot at him because, well, like I said, missile resistance and fire resistance. Screamers were his best hope. He's got more coming right now, but having two to just shoot him out, or to just shoo him away, hold him out back at the front of the objective instead of being behind it, that would have done it. And look how close it is. It's almost over. Harrison had this. He had this. And then the damn fucking objective flips. Harrison, you had this, man. You were the underdog. You had this. You had this, man. It was just, I think that was just that mistake. Because it would also did morale damage hitting the Bull Renders from behind. And eventually his other Screamers coming to support. It would have been fine. Because what's fleeing off the field? Already units that were beaten and broken. Not much else. But the thing that's stopping me from getting on the objective are just the Bulls. Hellbrass doing what he can. Still at full HP, but I mean, he's doing work, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how much of a fan I am of Hellbrass in this matchup either. I mean, he's alive. That's great. But I don't know. I don't know. He does actually have quite the amount of capture weight, so I will give him that. Him alone on the objective, well, him and those Forsaken are helping take this, and if he can just grab this, all he needs is a bit of time with the Forsaken, taking the objective. He needs Hellbrass on the objective if he wants to take it. But he's trying to just stop these blunderbusses from shooting. Get him, Hellbrass, get him! And then he won't have any problems anymore. Look at him dance. That sword play is sick. But it's already too late. I think he should have just had Hellbrass 2 on the objective. Screamers might as well try to stop those sneaky gets. I don't know what the point is now. Hellbrass and the Forsaken probably could have taken the objective back because the blunderbusses weren't going to jump on. He could have just kept Hellbrass on the edge, hold him back. And now it looks like, ooh, it's going to be close. No, he's got 2 still. If he had just another minute, maybe. Maybe Harrison can pull this off. And here come more Wolf Riders, more sneaky boys. And yeah, it looks like Harrison. Yeah, he muffed it. He muffed it. He was down 5,000 value and he could have won it. And Tagg, GG, good game because you took this fair and square. Yeah, he's gonna call it soon. Well, not call it. It's just points. GG's, fellas. Harrison, you had that. You had that, man. Just unsummoning the Soul Grinder, putting in more bodies on the field, I think would have been the call. Because the Soul Grinder got, what, 450 value? 460? Sorcerer Prophet, jeez. It's a goddamn monster. So are those Death Shriekers, jeez. Bull Renders, I bet, hit 2,000. Probably. Maybe close to it. 15, yeah. Yeah, Fire Glaives. Yeah, Tagg, don't be surprised if I start seeing you start seeing this build on the channel. I'm gonna steal this one. Man. Harrison, man. You did good, though. You did good. You probably would have done better than I would have. I like the build. Heck, you should have saved up for Severclaw instead of the Soul Grinders. I would have done that instead. Just traded those out. But yeah, that was a close one, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. Like, sub. Help me get to 500, man. Alright. With all that said, folks, hope you enjoyed. Y'all have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.